Hi and welcome. So my fire is burning. You can probably hear the little fans whizzing round. It's a pretty chilly day here in England, and I've got the logs on the fire. It's lovely and cozy, and I was sat here watching that flame. And you know, because I've explained this before, but I just thought it was really beautiful to really delve deep into this again. That flame that is ignited, that divine masculine comes in and ignites within you. And once divine masculine ignites that flame, you believe that you are now going to set the world on fire together, be that one flame that shines so brightly. But guess what? The flame starts to engulf. The flame starts to become out of hand, and before long it is an inferno. And at that point, divine masculine feels such overwhelming emotion, because at that point the polarity between the both twins is in extreme polarities. And so whenever divine feminine has a thought, a feeling, emotion, it pushes onto divine masculine, and it causes absolute chaos. It causes a rush of emotion. It causes them to feel confused. It causes them to feel scared and vulnerable, and to feel that their world might be thrown into absolute chaos. A lot of the time when I work with divine masculines, they will say, I was so scared that what I felt and how deep I felt for divine feminine, that I was so scared that if she left me, I would be left crumbled on the floor. And remember, when I'm saying she, he, I'm talking about divine feminine, divine masculine. This journey does not identify either way in physical form, i.e. male or female. You know, you can have two males, two females, male, female, whichever way. You know, this is energy. It really is irrelevant. Once the activation has happened and soul recognition has happened, it is the dance of the one soul. You know, the chakras at that point are absolutely in pure alignment. The vibration is exactly the same. But divine masculine feels so vulnerable, feels like he could be left shattered on the floor. And you know, that feeling engulfs at every level and feels chaotic, feels overwhelming, is arising every emotion that, you know, he's spent his whole life trying to push down and trying to, you know, not feel too deeply. But because the activation is so deep at soul level in both, it activates both. And, you know, this feeling, this love, this complete desire to be one with this other person is in every part of their being. And that is very, very scary to divine masculine. And at that point, you know, that flame is burning, and it's starting to really gain momentum. And divine feminine is feeling it, is wanting it. The flame is getting bigger. And at that point, divine masculine feels so overwhelmed that they run. And they run without saying anything. And this often causes divine feminine so much confusion, because divine feminine will say, Kat, you know, if they'd only told me it was over, if they'd only said, but they never ever said. And still to this day, they've never said it's over. They just said, you know, I'm going radio silence, or I just need to take some time out. And so you're left hanging. You're left in that no man's land. You're left waiting. And this journey at that point, divine feminine, is when you are activated into your divine feminine role. At that point, you feel utter loss, utter void, utter chaos, and feel so alone, because when you looked into divine masculine's eyes, you saw your own God essence. You saw your own frequency. And so you felt that fullness. You felt that overflow. But here is the key to the journey. The key to the journey is, at that point, everything has been ripped away from Divine Feminine. She feels like her whole life has been ripped away. And there is so much more going on here. This isn't just because Divine Masculine has left. This is because she is now thrown in to an awakening journey, to the path of enlightenment, and she is thrown into dark night of the soul and ego death. And this is when you release anything that is no longer in the same vibration of you. It will start to dissipate and fall away, and it can feel very, very scary at that point. Divine Feminine, you know, has wanted to create that safety around, and now everything is crumbling. But I want you to know that everything crumbles for both, but they go through it differently. You know, that often gets asked, don't they feel what I feel? They feel it at different times. You know, the energy is at play here, and I really want you to know that it is the energy at play. And so at that point, the inferno, the fire, the flame, you know, the twin flames that we talk about, that twin flame, that fire has now gone completely out of control. That is when Divine Feminine is reaching out, trying to figure it out, trying to look for the answers. You know, her mind is going 100. And when I say her, I'm referring to Divine Feminine. You may identify it as male or female. These are channeled, so I work in a quick way. So sometimes I may use a slip of the tongue. You have to flow with me. So at this point, the mind is really, really triggered, you know, as you're going through ego death and dark night of the soul. But the key is, at this point, Divine Feminine needs to learn how to self-master. Self-master all the bodies. You know, it's now an awakening journey. So you're self-mastering the physical body, the mental body, the emotional body, and the spiritual body. You are now starting to really master all of them, and also that light body too, because you are receiving light codes through that you are transmuting. You're transmuting them through into the ley lines, because this journey just isn't about you and your Divine Masculine, even though you want to think that at the beginning. This is about the collective. This is about the universe. This is about Gaia. You know, Mother Earth raising her level of consciousness too. And so everything is changing here. You are going through so many different changes, trying to like catch your breath with it all along while this fire is out of control. At this point, Divine Feminine needs to learn how to control that fire. That fire, the oscillations, the waves that are coming up, those big emotions that you are feeling, the fear, the lack, the abandonment, because we know on this journey your core wounds are activated. Those core wounds can be from past lives too. So abandonment, fear, lack, betrayal, needing those validations, they're all activated. And now you have to learn how to self-master those emotions. That is not easy, and it takes time. Only when you start to learn how to center yourself, how to ground that energy in, and how to self-master, how to alchemize that shared energetic field, because Divine Masculine can't alchemize it. You, as the leading twin Divine Feminine, you alchemize for both. Once you learn how to alchemize that emotion, how to bring it back, and if you're like, I don't know how to do that. How do I do that? It's all on my Twin Flame course on how to start to alchemize the energy. Once you start to learn how to balance, once you learn how to start to alchemize, then you can start to reclaim your power. Then you can start to reclaim your light. You can start to really fully detox into the journey. And once you shift into that space, then you can start to surrender to the truth of the journey. And at that point, Divine Feminine learns how to start to dance with the flame. Once she learns how to dance with the flame, she starts to see that this journey is a pathless path, and that this journey has always been there, that this journey is not something that happened by mistake. This journey and everything that she has been through is part of the journey. and that divine masculine can never go, because divine masculine is actually part of divine feminine. They are oneness, and they are now learning how to balance within the 3D, within the matrix. And at this point, divine feminine has no push energy. She is learning that she is actually the flame. She is now starting to step into her sovereignty, to shine her light out. And she is now realizing that this activated her soul calling. She now has to find her own safety and security. This could never be found in somebody else. She had to find it first within herself. She realizes that that sacral chakra is activated, her purpose, her passion, and it is activated so she can align with her original soul blueprint. Her solar plexus is all about mastering her emotions, to keeping herself centered. When we start to master our emotions, that is when we become the richest people on earth, because we no longer are dictated by what anybody else is doing, because we are in that beautiful centered space. When she learns to open that heart chakra, and I did in Awakened Consciousness yesterday, I channeled about that heart chakra and the rose activation. And for anybody that's in that group, which is part of my Twin Flame course, or that's how you access it, there is a beautiful, last night I did a beautiful rose activation for you. It came through really strongly. I was like, right, I need to do this now. The rose activation of the heart chakra activates you like that beautiful rose, knowing that, you know, like the rose, those petals will come, will go, but you are still opening up. You are opening up into that beautiful rose vibration. And we all know roses vibrate in the same essence as the angelic realm, as angels. And, you know, yesterday we worked as well with that rose activation, calling in Archangel Michael. It was a really beautiful activation. So the rose is a really beautiful vibration. Once we start to shift into that vibration, we're in a beautiful high frequency. In that frequency, we can then work with the throat chakra. The throat chakra is all about speaking your truth, speaking with love, speaking with light. You know, the voice holds a healing vibration. And you, as that twin flame, you are activated to, you know, activating the healer within you, the sage within you, the light worker, the way shower, the psychic, the medium. Those are all activated within you. And the throat chakra is all about the healing words, sharing your words out, being that vibration. Once it activates the third eye, that is your soul essence. That is your inner compass. Always knowing that you have now transitioned from that carbon-based, mind-led body and life into a soul-led way of living. Living from the heart, living from the soul. And you have this beautiful inner compass whenever you need it to tap in. And that your life now, you go beyond seeing through these physical eyes. You see beyond with the third eye. Once it gets to that crown chakra, once it's activated in that crown chakra, it activates this beautiful rainbow sphere of light, knowing that you are now connected to divine, that your light can never be taken away, that you are here as that beautiful way shower, as that beautiful light beamer, and that you are divine feminine, and you are here to shine your light. You see, once divine feminine finds her light, finds her fire, becomes the flame that shines so bright, her focus then is being in service. Her focus then is shining her light out. At that point, it allows the energy to aerate. At that point, it brings back divine masculine, because at that point, the energy and the frequency that Divine Feminine sits in is magnetic. And the magnetic frequency allows her to bring in whatever her heart desires, whatever she needs, whatever she requires. And it's not even a desire, it's just a vibration that she sits in. And we often talk about manifesting and shifting in. Well, this automatically happens on this journey. One of the activations is you become a manifester. You automatically, as you shift into those higher vibrations, you automatically are able to just manifest whatever. And it's not even whatever you want, because at that point, you're so in the now moment that you're not wanting or needing or requiring anything, but the universe is just flowing it into you. You see, these are the keys of the journey. This is what shifts the journey. But Divine Feminine, it all lies with you. If you need more help and support, I hope this has really helped you today. My work, my passion is always giving you a deeper knowledge and, you know, getting out of that toxic stuff. There's a lot of toxic stuff out there. I'm here to help and guide you through what is truly happening and to go way deeper. I'm not going to touch just on the surface pink fluffy stuff, divine masculine, divine feminine. I want to explain to you what is truly happening at a soul level. If you need more help and support, my website's there. My Twin Flame course is there. It gives you the A to Z of the journey. And from there, then, you can gain access to 1 month free into Awaken to Consciousness, where there's over 50 hours of weekly support. And you can join me every week live to help and support you on the journey, where we talk about this, where we go deep into the journey. I'm not about the pink fluffy stuff. I'm not about feeding mind and ego. You know, there's enough of that out there. I want to help you understand what is truly going on. And for you, Divine Feminine, to reclaim your power, to align with your soul and align with your heart chakra, live from the heart chakra. That is when we move into a Satori state, into a Zen state, and we shift into that consciousness. I send you much love, many blessings.